Do you often feel yourself tired or exhausted? No matter how much you can sleep, still you get tired quickly through your days. I guess you already tried the latest and newest methods how to keep yourself awake and fit, but somehow they didn't work out, or maybe they don't last too long. This kind of chronic tiredness finally became a pandemic in the last few years. In fact, not only people above 50 experience these kind of symptoms, but also youngsters do, people between 20 and 30. I need to admit that I also have experienced the symptoms of tiredness for years, and it took me a while to figure out how I can beat it. I tried different methods and programs like most of us do in the same situation, looking for a quick and easy solution which can help me to finally overcome on my tiredness within one night. Right now saying it loudly makes it totally illogical. It makes me think that maybe I should speak out loud more often to realize such a thing. Anyway, let me share with you right now 4 tips what I have implemented into my life in the last few years which help me to keep myself energized and awake through my days. Tip 1. Limit your caffeine intake. Generally speaking, nearly everyone loves coffee, including me. It is the perfect beverage for me, especially in the morning hours, as it has a special good taste and it also gives me a kickstart which is required for my day. Did you know that science already proved a lot of health benefits if you consume coffee regularly? However, there are a couple of things you haven't heard before and might be the answer for your tiredness. First of all, most of the people consume way too much caffeine than they should. Based on the science, a healthy adult should consume around 400 mg per day, which is approximately 4 cups of coffee. And honestly, I think that this number is still too high, even if science suggests that. There were periods in my life when I consumed around 3 or 4 cups of coffee through my day, and I need to admit that this kind of behavior completely messed up my sleeping schedule by the end of the day. Secondly, I have found out that consuming any kind of caffeinated beverage can be especially dangerous for me when I feel myself anxious or stressful. When I have launched my businesses back in the days, I always felt myself very stressful and at the same time tired. So what was my quick and easy solution to get some extra energy? It's simple, drink a cup of coffee. But I have also realized that consuming caffeine in these kind of periods in my life can worsen the symptoms of anxiety. Honestly, it is not a good idea to give your brain an energy shot when there are many things already going through your mind. So regarding my first tip, here is my suggestion. Calculate how much caffeine you already consume and start to cut back slowly your daily dosage. And I need to mention here that I don't recommend you to give up consuming caffeine immediately because you might experience different symptoms of caffeine withdrawal and in the end you will be even more tired than before. Tip 2. Too much stress. Living in a stressful environment can drain all of your energy. I need to admit that stress was the biggest energy drainer in my life previously. Working parallel on my side hustles and on my full-time job was exhausting and it came with many unpleasant consequences. First of all, I didn't sleep at nights because every single time I thought about what I should manage next day. I didn't pay attention on my eating habits. I simply forgot to eat most of the time or I grabbed any kind of snack which was in front of my eyes. After the missing nutrition and the hectic sleeping schedule, of course I felt myself tired all the time. At this point, it seemed to be reasonable for me to stop weightlifting for a couple of weeks and get some rest, which now I can say was my biggest mistake back in the days because the missing mental part of exercising just made everything worse. Now you can see through my example how stress can affect all aspects of your life. You won't care about what you eat and slowly you start to skip different kind of physical activities and you will become angry and frustrated and by the end of the day you will argue with your family all the time because of your own frustration. So what can be a possible solution? Well, of course you can try to avoid different kind of stressful situation, but it is even better if you slowly start to understand how you can cope with stress and anxiety. Actually, this is what I did and it is working quite well nowadays, so I also recommend you to do not hesitate to do your own research and also find your possible solution how you can handle stress more efficiently. And if you would like to get some inspiration, you can check out my previous video because I have already collected 4 different methods which can help you to deal with this difficult situation. Tip 3. Take care of your body. Taking care of your body can be another possible answer if you would like to beat up your tiredness. It took me a while to understand how it works, but nowadays I like to approach this topic the following way. I strongly believe that my body is exactly working like a car or a machine. If I don't care about the maintenance and I don't refuel properly, then sooner or later it will break down. In case of breaking down, I don't think about right now actual serious health problems because most of the time it comes only in the end. But the first problems can appear very quickly, and these kind of signs can be tiredness, fatigue, bad mood, and small health-related issues like higher blood pressure or cholesterol. For this reason, I try to do my best to make sure that I am taking care of my body properly. Science already found out many different techniques and superfoods which can help you to feel yourself more energized and beat tiredness effectively. So that is the number one reason why I like to pay attention what I eat through my days. Mostly I try to avoid sugary beverages and also processed foods, and at the same time I try to consume as many green veggies as I can and take some supplements like vitamin C, vitamin D, and also fish oil. At the same time, I like to do some physical activities during the day. It can be weightlifting, cycling, swimming, or just simply taking a walk with my dog. Lastly, I like to schedule my days the way to find some time for self-development. Reading, meditation, learning something new, all of these kind of activities can help me to take a break and also refresh my mind at the same time. Actually, these kind of breaks can be the most beneficial ones if you would like to overcome on your tiredness quickly. I'm quite sure that you can find at least one aspect of your life which can be developed to fight better against tiredness. The good news is it's up to you how and where you start. You can start to do exercising more regularly or pay attention to your eating habits. You can also develop a more proper sleeping schedule or finally buy a book and start reading. And trust me, all of these kind of activities will help you to feel yourself more energized and refreshed. Tip 4. Find something exciting. Have you ever noticed that any time when you did something that you actually love, you haven't get tired? I mean, at some point your body can't take it anymore, but I clearly remember that back in the days I was addicted to World of Warcraft and I could play 10 hours in a row without getting tired. I forgot to eat, I didn't do any exercise at all. All in all, I didn't care too much about my body and still I didn't get tired. Maybe I was younger, or we can say that playing these kind of video games are not energy draining at all, but I still find it quite fascinating. And for me, a possible explanation can be the connection between your mind and body. Referring to my previous tip, I also believe that if I treat my body appropriately, then it will help me to form my mind in positive way. But it is not a one-way communication, it's working back and forth. So if you take care of your mind, then your body will follow and make sure that you will be able to achieve your goals what you set for yourself. Shortly, our minds always need something which can make it excited. We constantly need to find new impulses, something which can help us to break the usual cycle. So what kind of impulses am I talking about? Well, it can be nearly anything. Meeting with new people, visiting new places where you haven't been before, trying out new hobbies, or starting a business, and the list can be continued. In a nutshell, you have to force yourself to get out from your comfort zone as much as you can. Otherwise, your life will be quite boring. And boredom is dangerous. Science already proved that boredom can cause the same effects like withdrawing different kind of substances from your body. And one of the most common symptoms is chronic tiredness. All in all, you have to shake up your life regularly if you would like to avoid the tiredness which is caused by your comfort zone and boredom. You can't expect any excitement if you know perfectly what will happen next, and sooner or later your mind will get sick because of the lack of impulses. So that is all what I wanted to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed my 4 tips which can help you to beat tiredness more efficiently. If you feel that I missed something or you have a proven technique or method which can also be beneficial for others, then don't hesitate to leave a comment, and as always, please don't forget to show some support, hit the subscribe button, and see you next time.